Today on the Platinum Patrol we have a Protoss vs. Protoss, featuring the Patch Toss, aka the Platinum Patrol on the bottom left, versus the Lou in the top right. New Repugnancy, so we'll see what these two players decide to go for in the mirror match. Patch Toss is going for Pylon, usually a good idea at some point. His opponent built the Pylon too, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. But I think Patch Tosses is in a better spot, because if you put your Pylon here, you can wall off the ramp mostly with 2 gateways or a gateway and a cyber core. Then if the opponent tries to shade the depths into your base, the probe here, you can build a shield battery and it'll block that entering into your base. This guy can't do that, so say 2 adepts are down here and they shade up into your base, they can kill a lot of your probes. We'll see if that's what Patch Toss ends up going for when he scouts his opponent. We'll also see what his opponent scouts when he gets here. So a 2v1 probe fight. These probes kind of went the wrong way, but this probe's not going to be able to win that battle. Just going to scout around a bit and then head home. This pathing's a check for some, check the natural base, I guess. We'll see what Patch Toss is looking for over here. So there's a Pylon. It's kind of a strange spot for the Pylon, because if you put your Pylon in your wall, the Pylon dies powered. But usually not that big a deal versus Protoss. More an issue when you're playing against Zergs. We'll see there's the cyber core. There's one space here you can get through. And the Patch Toss is going up for more gas. He's gonna need our Pylon soon. I already started it, yep, right there. And 2 gateways with a cyber core. His opponent is going for the 1 gateway. Should be able to get Nexus faster that way. We'll see if that's what he does. And Patch Toss is making the 2 adepts, so he probably scouted that there's no front wall and decided this was the best build. And he's probably right. This will likely kill a lot of probes. We'll see. Let's see. So these 2 probes are out. They're coming back now. Wow, this guy. I'm not sure if Lou realizes it, but there's almost no way his opponent could have a hidden base if he still had 2 gateways and then cyber core. Because he totally saw those. But I guess he just, yeah, he sees this. And he must know there's a cyber core coming, because you don't, well, you build the cyber core as a Protoss. But he's still looking for the hidden bases. He's not going to find anything. He's not going to find any proxies either, because he knows what his opponent's doing. It's double gateway. But I guess he doesn't realize that. And there, he's building a gateway. Robo. But see, look, he didn't finish this wall, so that's going to shade in and kill the probes. This is why you build your first Pylon buildings here. So, probes are forced to evacuate. Not killing that many yet, but this is a lot of lost mining time. His opponent was clearly not prepared, and now he walled himself out. The probes got stuck at each other. If you mineral walk through there, it's fine, but he like moved them and they got hit on each other. See how many of these guys get. 2, 4, so 8 probes went down during that total. The last one got a 5th one before it died. So that's pretty bad for the blue Protoss up here. Patch Toss has got to be happy with that. He's ahead by 13 supply right now, which is not an insignificant amount when it's about 30% advantage. On the other hand, he's overbuilding workers here. So when this is done, he can transfer them down, and then he'll have a good healthy economy starting on this base. His opponent's Nexus is done, but he doesn't have the probes. So even though Patch Toss is later, he's much better off from this. But his opponent will be able to catch up a little bit faster from the damage he took by building probes out of the 2nd Nexus. So he's not out of this game yet, but he's certainly behind. And he hasn't used this robo for anything. So like, you built this. When you build something, usually you want to use it to get some kind of advantage. All I do is build this observer, or use this observer. But usually in the Protoss versus Protoss, you end up seeing a lot of Archons and Immortals. So we'll see. Observers are good because you can see what's going on. But this Robo can't afford to build anything else because of his low economy right now. It's getting back up there though. Protoss will probably transfer some workers down now. I would imagine, since this is a lot, 25. You know, get a lot more benefit from being down here. So as far as the tech goes, we have Twilight, Robo, 2 gateways, so he can't build very much, but he has access to upgrades and robotic units if he wants. On the other hand, the Protoss is doing the same thing with an extra gateway in better economy. Of course, this observer is, well, depends. This Robo is going to rally out of the base, right? So this observer, if he ever builds an observer again, will probably be seen. But if not, this is some good scouting from Luo. Just moving the observer around now. Okay. So he sees there's an immortal. What does he do? Because right now his army is 2 sentries, or 3 stalkers and a sentry, which is not going to kill an immortal, and whatever else he has. Protoss's army is significantly more powerful right now. 3 immortals to 1, 5 stalkers to 3, and they both have a sentry. Of course, if you walk across the map as Protoss, by the time you get there, your opponent has more units, so Protoss probably doesn't think he can kill him right now because of the defensive units he can build in that time. Double Forge with Chrono Boost, so our blue is trying to get back in the game with upgrades. Protoss no Forge yet, he's just going for more of a unit-heavy approach, which will work quite well, most likely, if he moves out anytime soon. If he moves across the map now, there's no shield batteries here, he could probably kill this and like win the game. If not win the game, he could at least put a lot of pressure on this Nexus. Because his opponent, remember, is only on, well, he has more gateways now, so he's got 4 gateways now, and Robo's making immortals. So it would be a fairly even fight by the time he got here. Alternatively, he can do what he's doing, which is take the 3rd base, so he knows he's ahead. He's going to take the 3rd base, and he's going to make more economy than his opponent. He's down on probes though, so I'm not sure if he stopped building them. Yeah, he stopped building probes. If you're going for the 3rd Nexus, I feel like you can keep taking the probes right now, especially because he has the money for it. You can warp in the high templage for the Archons, which takes mainly Vespene gas, and I'll still have minerals left for the workers. Or you can make Zealots, I guess. Zealots are pretty good. The other side of the map, his opponent's 3rd base is going up down here. I prefer this 3rd base myself because you can position your army a little better, I think, between them, and not get attacked from the high ground. But we'll see what ends up happening here. In the meantime, another hallucinating Phoenix scouts going across the map. So, Protoss is going up some more gateways, more warpins will be available to him. He's got Templar Archives. No one gets Storm Beams back up because there's not really a point to it. On the other hand, his opponent is going for those. Well, he had the double forges, but he's going for weapons and shields right now, which is a little strange. I can't say I've seen that tactic used very often, unless you're going straight to air, which he's not. He's going with Archons and Immortals. He must really be counting on a large number of Archons, getting the shield upgrades over the armor. We'll see if that's what happens. He's going to need these gases, though, if he's going for that many Archons. And right now, well, okay, there you go. He's putting his things in the gases. Protoss, on the other hand, is just starting the gases, going a little more on the minerals first, plus some more Immortals. It's a double Immortal drop coming out. We'll see how well that does. This observer can see a lot of what's going on here. See? Yeah, so he's going to move out. He's watching the observer. Back home, he's got his Archons and Immortals. And we'll see what the Protoss is doing in the meantime. Protoss is just watching his base. Get some upgrades. Let's see where in the Immortal drop. Does he stop the Immortal drop? No, it's the bottom corner. Okay, so watch his vision and see how well this does. See how long it takes his opponent to react. So that's a couple kills. That's pretty. It's alright. See when he comes down here. Where's his army? Oh, his army is moving out. So this is going to do a ton of damage. because he's not going to have any units back home to deal with those 2 immortals. On the other hand, will Patchos be able to keep this base alive? His army's pretty close, but this is a strong army from his opponent. He's got 4 Archons, 4 Immortals, along with some Stalkers and Zealots. The Stalkers don't really matter, but the Zealots will absorb a lot of damage. So let's see what we got. Patchos is much smaller army right now, because he sent the 2 Immortals across the map. So yeah, he just sacrifices this base. And he's going to need more Warpins if he wants to stay alive here. Warping the Zealots is probably his only option, because he doesn't really have the money right now. I mean, he has the money, but doesn't have the Warps in. He's got a 3,000 bank right now, but he can't afford the Warpins because his gateways are on cooldown. So he's chasing his opponent away. His opponent could probably take this fight if he didn't walk into a wall of destructible rocks in the corner while moving. Well, that's one way to throw the game right there. You just turned around and had the Archons in front. Probably you could have taken the fight. You had the Immortal advantage, you had the Archon advantage, and Archons really destroy Zealots, so I guess he just wanted to lose the fight. That's my opinion. He just wanted to lose. And then the recall saves maybe 8 or 10 units. He was ahead in supply, now he's down by 20. So we'll see if he can recover from that. Killing the 3rd base was good though. He could have done more if he was a little more observant about the map. Thank goodness this isn't one of those maps with mineral walls. This guy would never even realize they were there and just like walk stuff into it. Like you have a wall across here or something that the mine through to go to a base, he just has a probe stuck on it. This would probably happen to this guy. We'll see. There's a lot of probes going down. Pylon dies. Patchos return kills this, and he recalls some of his army. Guess the rest will be safe. So that was a counterattack. You kill his 3rd base, he comes and kills yours. Except he didn't throw his army away while doing it, which will be a significant advantage. In the meantime, in case we didn't see earlier, this guy now has +1 weapon, +2 weapons, 1 armor, and 1 shields. So that plan for the shields he just like backed off of and decided to go back to the armor. So I don't know why I prioritized that. I feel like that was a mistake. So here he comes back across the map, and trying to get Patchos' 3rd base again. Except this time the Patchos is in a much better position, and his army's stronger. So he just comes in here, he can crush this. Yeah, they have to retreat. The Zealots die in 2 or 3 shots, maybe 4 from an Archon. And with the splash, and the Zealots all stacking up on them, it does so much damage to them. So he's going for the 4th base now. So he's going for high economy. Patchos' army is significantly bigger right now. See if he can make something happen. The Patchos is going to have to scout this 4th base. If he sees the 4th base, he can either make his own 4th base or move across the map right when it finishes. And then he'll have a significant advantage, because that money will be invested in the Nexus and these 2 pylons down here, instead of in more units. The Patchos now has Earth. Well, after that double immortal drop, when that started, he was down by I think 4 workers. He's now up to +19 workers over his opponent. And if you look at the income graph, it's got double the mineral income right now, which is a pretty significant advantage. It doesn't help so much with the Archons, but if you want to put more Immortals into your army, you're going to need those minerals. He does need some more gas though, which he lost out on when he had to retake his base, and he hasn't put his stuff in his geysers yet. Probably should do that, as he has so many minerals but not enough gas, so making Archons would be pretty difficult right now. But regardless of that, we're going to go across the map. You really need this gas. You gotta put some stuff in the geysers. Anyway, so as Patchos is moving across, does he know about the 4th base? He does not. So we'll see. He's probably going to have to hit the 3rd then. If he knew about this base, he'd come down here for sure. Right, positioning. He's got a better arc than his opponent. These units reinforcing are kind of worthless. They're stalkers. There's a lot of Immortals back here. These Templars should probably be an Archon, but whatever. Even numbers of Archons right now, but there's so many Immortals for Patchos. They're just going to destroy everything. Yeah, they're just going to kill everything. So I think this might be the end of the game, because Blue can't warp anything in right now that'll have an impact. There's too many Immortals. There's 6 Immortals here. What's he going to do, make 3 Archons? 4 Archons right now? Sure, Archons are good, but they won't take these on. They'll die. He's gonna evacuate down to the 4th base. Of course, if Protoss is paying attention, now he knows that base exists. But I think he's got this. He's warping in another grounded zealots. They're walking across the map, and his opponent's making 5 zealots. 6. He's not gonna cut it. 3 reinforcements could have killed that army. Yeah, now Protoss arrives at this base. He's gonna kill this base, and what is this? Some kind of last ditch probe zealot play. I'll be surprised if they kill an immortal. Oh, they do get one. Okay. I guess the pros had enough DPS there to kill an immortal. And I guess that's the end of the game. So, what we learned from this is, if you kill the opponent's 3rd base, or if you lose a base and you can counterattack and do counterattack damage, the game's not over. So, even if you take a lot of damage, you can recover if you do damage back to your opponent. And that's what Protoss did in this game. And then his opponent went for the 4th base a little early without getting enough units, and Protoss came across and killed him. So, that's that. If you like this type of video, remember to like and subscribe.